Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, Tallahassee, the Lion's Den. 2 undefeateds will enter. Only one shall emerge without a loss in the SFL's 400th game. I am your play-by-play commentator, Andy Hamilton. Tonight, the Atlanta Storm have traveled to Tallahassee to take on the Pride. Mark Chisolm, the Swarm owner, and Frank Goodin, the Tallahassee Pride owner. We are underway right after this coin toss. There are the teams, as you can see, and who is ready?
Good to see you again. Big game tonight.
The Wasp will make the selection. What is the call?
Tails.
Tails it is.
We'll take the ball.
The Wasp have won the toss and select to receive.
First and 10 from the Wasp, 27 yards.
Come on, defense. Let's hold him and set the go. Let's go. Grab.
Apologies for that. That'll bring up 2nd and 9 for the 28. Skeletor P Funk out to BDG Hollywood. Funk in the shotgun again. Or, excuse me, no, he's under center. The white distracted me. It'll be a handoff to Hollywood up the gut. He'll bounce off the left side, bounce forward for 3 or 4 more yards, and that'll bring up 3rd and 3 from the 34. And we have a Pride player down early. That's 97, Bull Bukowski on the ground. So early here in this game, the clock will stop at 10:18 for him. It looks like he got stepped on there, and Bull Bukowski is down. And if you're a Pride member, that is not what you're going to want there. Funk will have a heavy backfield behind him here on this 3rd and 3 from the 34. Handoff, Hollywood, right side, he's close, and no, they're going to mark him down short. It'll be 4th and 1 from the 36. And so the Atlanta Swarm's first drive comes up short, and they are going to have to kick it. Coming out to punt the ball away will be Cedric Rogers. So the Pride will take over after this punt, and they are going to get the ball with relatively decent field position. The punt is away. No one came after that one. It'll be fair caught at the 33, and that is where the Pride will take over. So 1st and 10 from the 33. Let's introduce you to the Tallahassee Pride offense. E.T. King is the quarterback who leads the way. J. Calvin Kim, the halfback. Tom Menander, the tight end. And J.J. Howland and Jared Cochran are the receivers. So they will try and make their mark on this game. King is under center for the first down from the 33. Handoff. Calvin Kim will bounce off one and fight for 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 7 from the 37. So let's go ahead and get you introduced there to J. Calvin Kim, who just took the ball on the handoff. He will be running the ball for the Pride tonight. Throw left side to Calvin Kim. He's got the first down, and the Pride moved the sticks on their first possession. So this, the SFL's 400th game. Congratulations to Cam, who has the night off. He called the game last night. Dallas won that one in a thriller, and now it'll be my turn for the 400th game. That's a big one, and it should be a great one. 2 undefeated teams. E.T. King changes the play at the line. He'll take the snap. Throwing left side, caught on the out route, and sliding out of bounds will be number 11, J.J. Howland. So Howland picks up 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. This offense is led by Thomas Paternity. And the interesting part about the matchup is the Atlanta QB, Skeletor P. Funk. He was the last person that Paternity took on his own team. That one will go out of bounds. No gain for Calvin Kim there. Blakowski has a hit pointer. He may return. What I was saying was Skeletor P. Funk for Louisville was the one who took on the Minneapolis Maulers, which was Paternity's old team, in the championship last season. So a meeting of 2 players who are very familiar with themselves. Calvin Kim in the backfield. E.T. King, Atlanta, showing blitz. Handoff. Kim is going to get stuffed, and that'll bring up 4th and 4. So the 3rd down and 4 handoff on the left side will go nowhere. Luda Chris, the big man, making the tackle, and that's going to send the ball back to Atlanta. The punt here is not come after by Atlanta. They will move away from fielding it. It'll bounce at the 1 and roll into the end zone. The clock will be at 7:20, so we'll get that all synced up. There we are. In this East matchup, let's take a look at the standings after yesterday's action. The Pride and the Swarm still sit at top, but whoever loses this is going to drop some decent place in the standings, so keep an eye on that as we move forward. Shotgun again for Funk. He will drop to throw. Deep down the middle. That one's picked off. Going the other way. The Pride have the first turnover of the game. It's number 44, Pete Secord, who has the interception. Pete Secord here, dropping into coverage. He'll just step in front of that one, and he gets a decent return out of it, to be honest with you. So a decent defensive stand there by the Pride, and they get the ball back here with great field position. King under center. He'll look to throw, dumps it across the middle, and that's a first down to Tom Menander. So Menander and King connect, and a first down ensues. Let's go ahead and look at King and what he did last week against Carolina. 31 of 38, 305 yards. That's some big gains for E.T. King. We'll see what he can do this week against this Swarm defense. Dropping to throw again. Left side, Menander again, and he will fight his way for another first down. Tom Menander moves the chains again, and that'll be 1st and goal. Tom Menander just runs the out here, and he's going to have a couple Swarm defenders to bring him down before he can move the chains. It's Isaac Wallace on the tackle. First and goal from the 4. Let's see what they can do with it. King under center. He's got Calvin Kim in the backfield. He'll look to throw on 1st and goal. Left side, nearly picked off, and he was looking for Menander, but that would have gone the other way. It was Deltha Coakley in coverage. So Delta Coakley keeps E.T. King from the first score of the game, and instead it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 4. Could have been the other way, and it could have been a touchdown. So E.T. King, a dangerous throw. Second and goal, the handoff, Calvin Kim up the middle, and he scores! The Tallahassee Pride are the first team on the scoreboard as they punch that one in. So that'll be 6-0 Pride. We'll see if they can add the extra point here. So the Pride strike first. It's J. Calvin Kim up the middle for the touchdown. The extra point is coming from Philip Black, so we'll see if he can put another point on the board. He will. The Pride will extend their lead by another point. So 7-0. The Pride in front here with around 6 minutes left. Our timer is a little off. Please keep me in your thoughts as I try and sync this time as close as I can. Bear with me. So we're at about 6 minutes, 7-0, and the Pride will kick it back to the Atlanta Swarm. The return will come out to the 27. Let's introduce you to the Swarm offense. Skeletor P. Funk, the quarterback, was the one who threw that interception. Eric Vincent, number 88, is the tight end. Nick T. Quick, number 13, is the receiver. Boo Chisholm, 80, is the other receiver. And BDG Hollywood is the halfback. 1st and 10 here from the 27. Funk under center will throw. He's under some pressure. He'll dump it off to the left side. That's caught by, I believe it was Quick. Yep, Quick, and he will pull it to 2nd and 3. Funk, a good out route there. So after taking the lead, let's go ahead and look at Frank Goodin all-time 18-16. That includes the 2 wins. So congratulations to Mr. Goodin for going over 500 as an SFL owner. We will see if he will add another win to the column tonight. Handoff, Hollywood up the middle. Hollywood will be brought down short of the line to gain. It'll be 3rd and inches. 3rd and inches. Atlanta, what are you going to do here? Heavy backfield, Funk under center. He'll motion to the receiver. I don't know if that's the change of a play or not. From the 37, we tick under 5 minutes. Handoff, Hollywood, and he's flattened in the backfield. Bones Malone coming up to make the play, the ex-Dallas Roughneck. And he stuffs the Swarm, and they're going to have to give it back to the Pride offense. It'll be Cedric Rogers on to punt for Atlanta. Let's take a look at what Hollywood did last week while we got a second. The punt is away. Got plenty of time. It'll have a little bit of return. The ball's on the turf, and the Atlanta Swarm have recovered. So the Atlanta Swarm, right as you look and you think maybe, Tallahassee could run away with it, the ball fumbles, and it's a muffed return. And the Swarm are able to foul on it. So Funk and the offense will be right back out on the field. No time to waste here. We'll even our clock up there. So Funk right back out on the field. Take a look at what he did last week. Dropping to pass. Left side, wide open. There's a flag on the play, though. It's Boo Chisholm with the big gain. Let's see what the flag is.
Neutral zone infraction, number 94. Defense, the penalty is declined.
94 jumping off sides. They will accept the Boo Chisolm first down. And right as it looked like Tallahassee was getting the ball back, they are within the SFL red zone. Funk under center. He's got Hollywood with two fullbacks flanking him in the backfield. He will throw, though. Dump off. Hollywood left side. Hollywood's got some room. He'll gain 9 to the 6-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 1 from the 6. Atlanta looking to put their mark on this first quarter. Funk under center. Hollywood in the backfield, 2 receivers, bottom of your screen. Offsides again. Handoff Hollywood. He'll spin off 1. Fights for the first down, but the offsides will stop the clock, and they might take the yards here. It looked like Hollywood got 4 or 5, but
Neutral zone infraction, number 94. Defense, half the distance to the goal. First down.
was 94 again, so 2 offsides for 94, who might be taking some snaps in place of Bull Bukowski. Clock continues to tick now. Under center. Hollywood in the backfield. Funk will throw. Dumps it. Hollywood left side. Got a little bit of room. 1 spin move, and then will finally be brought down at the 3. 2nd and goal as the clock drives. So we'll see if Funk and the Atlanta offense can punch it in. Let's introduce you to the Tallahassee defense. Floyd Lee, Bull Bukowski on the defensive ends. Dylan Rowland, Bones Malone are the linebackers. Ashley Odom, the lone cornerback. Pete Secord and A.J. Barnes are the safeties. Funk will throw on 2nd and goal. Lobbing it back of the end zone. Incomplete. He was looking for Eric Vincent, the tight end. We will even up our clocks here, so if that's running, that is why. Third and goal from the 3. Do or die time. Funk under center. 2 receivers top of the screen. Hollywood in the backfield. He will look to throw. Middle of the end zone. Touchdown! The Atlanta Swarm strike and put the ball in the end zone. And that will be points on the board. So the Tallahassee Pride strike first, and the Swarm recover and respond. The extra point will knot this one up if it goes through. It is up and good, and we are tied at 7 with 2:29 left in the first quarter. So the muffed punt by Tallahassee is the downfall. So 1 turnover by each team is the difference in this game. Neither teams were in scoring position before that turnover, and for 2 undefeateds, that's interesting. The kick is underway and returnable from the 15 is, I believe, Barnes. Yep, the strong safety, Barnes, will bring it out to the 34, and that is where the Tallahassee offense will shut up shop. Let's introduce you to the Atlanta defense, the one unit that we've missed. Deltha Coakley and Isaac Wallace are the cornerbacks. Luda Chris, the defensive tackle. Aquantis Shine and Robert Bose are the linebackers, and Rodney Woods and Nick Nitro are the safeties. Atlanta in the 4-3 will shift. E.T. King will change the play at the line and drop the pass. Looking left side, caught, and out of bounds quickly to bring up a 7-yard gain is Jared Cochran. So Cochran will gain 7, and that will set up a manageable 2nd and 3 from the 40 for the Pride. The Pride offense led by Thomas Paternity. They have been making messes of other SFL units. Let's see if they can do it to the Swarm, who had an off week last week. King under center. He will drop to throw again. Avoid some pressure from Chris. Throws across his body, and a huge catch by number 11, J.J. Howland, all the way down to the 37. The clock continues to roll in the first here, but Howland, what a catch. But E.T. King, a better throw. Look at that, across his body over the defender, and Howland will pull it in. That is that gold star coming into play. Howland the silver, a great catch nonetheless, over a man. 1st and 10 from the 37. King changed the play, offside, free play. He'll drop and dump it off to Calvin Kim. Calvin Kim's got some room and will be tackled down there. We'll even out our clocks. So he'll get to the 37, and they might take the penalty. They will take the penalty, and that'll put him at the 32. Greenholt was the offender. So it'll be 1st and 5 from the 32. The clock will roll. 4-3 defense, 1 receiver top of your screen. The Swarm will shift. King will take the snap and throw. Short drop, man in his face, and down he goes. A sack by the Atlanta defense. That's big number 99, Elijah Crawford. Crawford will come up the middle, and he's immediately right next to E.T. King, and we'll pull him down. We tick under 50 seconds. Our clock will have to even out. 4-3 look again for the Swarm. King under center. The Swarm will shift to the left. Calvin Kim in the backfield. They'll hand it to him off the right side. And it'll be the defensive number 20 who will bring him down. That's Nick Nitro coming up to make the play. That'll bring up a 3rd and 4. Third and 4 from the 31. That's a pretty long field goal. I think 47 yards. I don't know if Philip Black is up for that. 3-3 nickel look for the Swarm. 3 receivers, so the Pride will spread them out. With 4 seconds left, King will drop the throw. He's got the first down. It's Turner, number 13, Wes Turner. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. So as we move into the second, the game is all knotted at 7-0, and why not? 2 undefeated teams and an even game. We'll put 11 minutes back on the clock for the second quarter of action between the Swarm and the Pride. 3-2 dime look for King, who's in the shotgun. He will drop to throw. Dumping it off to Kim, and Kim will be gang tackled by the Atlanta defense. Number 58, Aquantis Shine, coming up to make the play. King will throw on 2nd and 9. He will dump it off to Kim again, and coming up to make that tackle is Aquantis Shine again, along with 31, who is Hunt. So Hunt and Shine combine for the tackle, and that'll bring up 3rd and 8. Third and 8 from the 22. We tick under 10 minutes. 5 receivers, so the Pride will spread them way out. Throwing, short drop, Howland, and down he'll go. Excuse me, it's not Howland. 17, but he will be short. That'll be 4th and 1, and the Pride are going to be into a field goal situation. And the Pride offense will stay on the field. King might try and draw him off sides. He's going to do the hard count. Atlanta not biting, although we've seen some offside so far in the game. And a timeout used, that'll stop the clock. With 9:14 left, the Pride 7-7, will bring out the field goal unit. Philip Black will come on to attempt the field goal. I believe it'll be a 31-yarder. Black will boot it, and that's through from 32. So the Pride will make it a 3-point game, 10-7. And with 9:10 left, the Pride will kick off. The kick is underway. The game is back underway. And the return will come out from the 15. The 31 is where Moore will set up the offense, and that is where they will come out to get things going. Boo Chisholm, a man to watch, so far having a quiet night. We'll see if they can get him going here in the second quarter. Offsides, free play. Funk will hand it off. Hollywood will take the long route and get dropped in the backfield by A.J. Barnes, but the Swarm are going to get some yards out of this.
Neutral zone infraction, number 98, defense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Floyd Lee was the one who jumped offsides on that play. And so the Pride not being disciplined up front, you would expect that from the Swarm, who had the week off last week, to be a little rusty, but not from the Pride, who were in action last week against Carolina. Funk will hand it off to Hollywood. Hollywood up the middle, a spin move. He's out in the open field, will fight off another man and finally go down at midfield. BDG Hollywood says, look at me, folks. I have some legs on me too, and I can run the ball just as well as the best of them. We saw Doug Bose yesterday running all over the competition, and BDG Hollywood will do it just as well here on this play. And it'll finally take A.J. Barnes to bring him down, along with Vercati Luigi. Funk will give it to him again, and he'll be smacked down in the backfield. Big Bones Malone will put him to the turf. Bones Malone, coming over from Dallas in the offseason, is so far doing very well for the Pride. A great pickup by the owner, Frank Goodin. Funk will hand it off to Hollywood again. Hollywood will pick up 6 on 2nd and 11. That'll be third. Now it'll be 3rd and 5 from the 45. So Atlanta moving the ball well again. Inside the SFL Friday, 50th edition. It's incredible. Congrats to Doug Bose, Mighty RX, and they will have a slew of guests. Funk will dump it off across the middle. That'll be a first down. A good grab by Nick T. Quick. And that'll move the chains. Quick on an all slants will just get open, and A.J. Barnes will have to bring him down, but not before Quick can pick up the first down. Clock continues to roll. Funk at the 35 of Tallahassee will have a first down. 3 receivers set, 2 to the bottom of your screen. Pride will bring 5. Handoff Hollywood. He'll get in 1 yard. It's Floyd Lee coming over to make the tackle. So Floyd Lee puts Hollywood to the turf. And at 10-7, the Pride are going to, the Swarm are going to have to try again on second down. So 2nd and 9. They'll hand it off to Hollywood again up the middle. Hollywood will gain 2 more. That'll make it 3rd and 7. Dylan Rowland, making that tackle. Third down, 7 yards to gain. 4 receivers, 2 split to each side of the field. The Pride will drop back under pressure. Funk will go down. A sack. 98, Floyd Lee makes his presence known, and down goes Funk. The Funk goes down in Tallahassee, and that will knock them, I believe, out of field goal range. So now 4th and 17, you're going to have to punt, and it's Cedric Rogers on the field for the Swarm. Floyd Lee playing like a man with his head cut off. Low snap, the punt is away. No one back to field it for the Pride, and it'll bounce into the end zone for a touchback. So the Tallahassee offense will come back out on the 20.
First and 10. From your racers, 20-yard.
King under center. He's got Calvin Kim in the backfield. They'll hand it to him. He will gain 2. So to the 22, it'll be 2nd and 8. Clock continues to roll. Tallahassee, a 3-point lead. They would love to maintain that heading into the half. Looked like Howland was getting bored there on your screen. King under center. He will look to throw. Left side, incomplete. Was looking for the tight end, Deacon Stottmeyer. He drew Ludacris with some pressure for the Swarm, and that'll force an incompletion, which will stop the clock at 4:41. 3rd and 8. Pride just had a sack on 3rd down. I'm sure Ludacris for the Swarm would love to get a sack here. Shotgun formation. 3 receivers bottom of your screen, 1 to the top. Pass, right side, deep. Wide opens J.J. Howland, and he's got the ball down to the 47. J.J. Howland finds the soft spot in the defense. He was working on Isaac Wallace, and that is enough to certainly move the chains. And it took Nick Nitro coming over to make the tackle. King will throw again, left side, and out of bounds will be Jared Cochran. So with 4:10 left, it'll be 2nd and 6. So the Pride using their passing offense. I talked to both coaches, and both of them said they wanted to throw the ball. Mark Chisolm was very positive in his attempt at relaying confidence for his team, and Frank Goodin was a little more, I'll say, reserved. He was ready for the battle that was going to take place. King throwing left side. That one's caught. Howland out of bounds. Howland already has 68 yards on 4 catches, so the Pride moving the ball well here at the end of the first half. Up by 3, but they're maintaining a little too much clock. They've used one of their timeouts, so they're down to 2. And I would like to see them eat a little bit more clock on this drive. They're going to say that Howland did not get out of bounds. I tend to disagree, but what are you going to do? King will throw again, left side. That one's caught by Howland again, and he'll go out of bounds yet again. 3:37 on the clock. DR Sim, the old man, can't see through the Atlanta Swarm white jerseys. That's all right.
Let's go. 2nd and 10.
Shotgun formation for E.T. King. He's got Jake Halvin Kim in the backfield. 3-2 look for the Swarm. 3 receivers top of your screen. He'll look to throw. Deep ball, left side, caught! Jared Cochran fighting for the goal line. He will get to the 2 before being brought down. So there's Mr. Jared Cochran. And the Pride put themselves in the SFL red zone. E.T. King, a dime to the left side, right over the head of Deltha Coakley, the veteran. Coakley coming over from Sioux Falls after last season. And the Pride look to add to their lead here. Handoff, Calvin Kim up the middle. And it's a score, and the Tallahassee Pride put more points on the board. A touchdown for Tallahassee puts 6 more on the board, and that'll make it 16-7 with an extra point pending. Extra point on the way for the Pride. Boot is up and through. That'll make it 17-7. Try and get our score. There you go. We're new at this. 17-7. Little over 3 minutes here. And the Pride will boot it back to the Swarm, whose offense has struggled. We'll put the clock back even. It's 3:02. From the 28, the Swarm will set up shop. Skeletor P Funk, I'd love to put some points on the board for Atlanta if I were Mark Chisolm and the offense. So they're going to rely on Taco Bose to put points on the board. Tacos sound good right now, man. Dang, I'm hungry. All right, 4-3. Skeletor P Funk better be hungry if he's looking for some points here. He'll scramble, and he's going to slide down after 9 yards. A big play for the Atlanta Swarm. Skeletor P Funk motioned like he moved the chains. He didn't. It'll be 2nd and 9, down by 10. Funk under center. Pride are showing blitz. Handoff, Hollywood up the middle. He's got some room, and Hollywood will move out towards the 49. California has come to Atlanta, and BDG Hollywood is the recipient of the ball. That big fullback puts a block on A.J. Barnes. It'll take Ashley Odom to bring him down. Where it's 2 minutes, 14 seconds. Skeletor P Funks leads them down the field. They're at the 49. Pride showing blitz. Handoff, Hollywood left side. Breaks the tackle. Hollywood's got the outside. He has got his way down to the 38, and that'll be the 2-minute warning. BDG Hollywood putting his stamp on this game. And there's the 2-minute warning, 17-7. There's a look at Mark Chisolm. He's got to love that from BDG Hollywood. No, Doug Bose, I made that up on the fly. In all honesty, I did not have that prepared. Three receivers to the bottom of your screen, one to the top. Funk in the shotgun. He will throw on 1st and 10. Left side caught. That's a 7-yard gain to the 31. Nice catch by Tyrone Johnson. And Tyrone Johnson will pick up 7 on 1st down, so that's a good movement there. The Swarm are going to need a few more yards if they want to kick the field goal, but with this much time on the clock, they're going to want to put the ball in the end zone if they can. Heavy set. Bring that fullback in and ram it down their throats. Off to the right side. Hollywood will be bottled up. Huge tackle, Omari Drayton. First tackle for loss. 2 tackles in the game for him so far. Clock continues to roll, and that'll bring up 3rd and 4. 3rd down. The Swarm are, I would say, out of field goal range if I'm being comfortable. 2 receivers, bottom of the screen. Handoff, Hollywood, right side. Hollywood will go down in the backfield. And a timeout by the the Atlanta Swarm, excuse me. That'll bring them down to 2. We'll even up our clocks here, and it'll bring up 4th and 5 from the 33. It looks like they're going to attempt the long field goal. $49-yarder from my count. 49, 40, 50. 4th and 5. Hold down. Kick is away. And through. Good from 50 yards. Atlanta puts points on the board. A huge kick from Jason Arena for the Swarm. And they are right back in this one, only down by 7. Now, I will remind you, the Swarm did take the opening kickoff, so it will be Frank Goodin and the Pride who get the kick after the half. Returned out to the 28, and that is where the Pride will send out E.T. King for the start of this drive. 57 seconds. You're going to have to try and put the ball in field goal range. Yes, congratulations. Aiden Friday makes a good point. Let's send our congrats to Cam for the 400th game of the SFL. I feel bad calling it, but what are you going to do? King will drop the throw. He'll go left side. Cochran will make the catch. That'll be down to 53 seconds. Quick 8-yard play, and that's where the Pride will move the ball. Congrats to Cameron Irvine. Raise your glass. Raise whatever you have in your hands to him and this league. 400 games. What an accomplishment. I should have fired up some clapping hands sounds. I did not. That is my fault. We all clap to you, Cameron Irvine, the man, the myth, the legend himself. Throwing, middle of the field, incomplete. I screwed up the clock, and I was messing with that. There we are. Only 1 second off the clock from our timer. An incomplete pass will bring up 3rd and 2. Third down, J.J. Howland on the left side, top of your screen. King under center will throw on 3rd and 2. Looking left side, caught, a diving attempt at some defense. Tom Menander will make the catch, and now Tallahassee will go hurry up. Not yet on Atlanta's side of the field. They're at the 44. 35 seconds and ticking. 1st and 10. Throwing left side. Kim. Spin move and downhill go. No gain. 2nd and 10. Kim was slow to line up. And they'll be down to 16 seconds. King throwing J.J. Howland. Big play down the field to the 37. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, and ticking. King is going to try and get him to the line, and now he'll take a timeout with 3 seconds left. And Frank Goodin is going to have some words for E.T. King there, because that was just wasting time. They're the words he is giving him. They're at the 37, so the field goal would be 52 or 3, I want to say. All right, Damon. Let's not make this a Bengal bashing in the chat. 4 receivers for King. Menander on the top of your screen on the line. Make sure to make a point of him. He might be the one that King ends up going to. King will drop back under a little bit of pressure. A flag on the play. Deep into the end zone. Time is not a factor, and it's incomplete, but let's look at that penalty. Rodney Woods and the defense.
Holding, number 20.
Defensive holding on Nick Nitro will move the ball down the field. Now, I don't know under SFL rules if that is a free play or not. We will have to see. No, it will not be. So the defensive holding apparently does not matter on plays like that. And at 17-10, the Pride will walk into the locker room. We are back. What a first half that was. Atlanta will kick it back to Tallahassee. Let's get our scoreboard back. That one, not bad, but not what we want, right? There we are. So A.J. Barnes will return the kick up to the 30, and that is where the Pride will set up their offense for the second half. 17-10. The Pride lead, and they're going to try and add to the lead. Necessary KO. Can we get a few commercials? Talk to Cameron Irvine. That man put so much effort into the game last night. It was incredible. Calvin Kim can't make the catch there. Otis Givens, the defensive tackle, may return, may not. Who knows what that means? Cameron Irvine brings up a good point about next week. Let's go ahead and look at next week while we're sitting here. There's the Week 4 schedule. Changes for coaches and owners are due Wednesday. Saturday's February 4th, also my birthday. Games will go to YouTube. Cam's game will be that night. And then the Monday after the Super Bowl, I will be back for the game of the week. King will hand off. Calvin Kim right side. He will break kind of through one and gain a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9. Aquantis Shine coming up to shine on him in his white jersey and make that tackle.
3rd and 8 from your racers, 32 yards.
Let's go, D! That's what we stand for! Good.
Shotgun for King. 5 receivers split out. King will throw left side. Cochran will gain a few, but not enough. It'll be only down to the 5. So 4th and 5, and he got out of bounds, so 10-20. No one in the chat wished me a happy birthday on February 4th. So that's all right. I know who my real friends are, guys. Coming out to punt, Howard McCoy for the Pride. Doug Bose wishes his daughter a happy birthday on February 4th, but not his son, me. Atlanta does not come after this punt either. He'll boot that one away. Returning from the 20, he'll get past one man and finally go down at the 28. DR Sim says, didn't know. I just told you, buddy. Eric Vinson, we're still recovering from the Hollywood line. That's good. Funk in the shotgun here. Two running backs will flank him. 3 receivers, a 4-down lineman for the Pride. Funk will throw. Funk will throw to the left. And did he get the feet? Yes! A first down, a great catch by Boo Chisolm. Boo Chisolm on the deep out route will burn Ashley Odom, the only cornerback for the Tallahassee Pride. There you go. BDG Hollywood will wish me a happy birthday. Thank you, BDG.
1st and 10 from the 32 yards.
Funk under center. 2 halfbacks in the backfield. Tallahassee showing blitz. Funk will throw. He'll dump it after the fullback. Big number 37 will lose a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11. Play to win, thank you. Thanks, Eric. Cam's criticizing me. All right. Funk will throw. He's under pressure. Hit as he threw, and he'll just get it away, but running all the way back to the line of scrimmage is Eric Vinson. That might have been the weirdest play I think I've ever seen from multiple parts. Funk, under pressure, lobs it to the backside where Vinson somehow comes up with the immaculate reception, SFL style. Thanks, Demond. Thanks, Colin. And Vinson then runs it back to the line of scrimmage before falling. Funk will throw again, 3rd and 11. He'll try and scramble for it, and he'll lose 2 more yards. So the Pride will get the swarm off the field there. Mark Biddix, thank you, man. Cam is not letting me have any of it. Cedric Rogers will punt this one away. Barnes will return it to the 31, and that is where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tallahassee offense with 8:04 left in the 3rd quarter. The 3rd quarter, Cam, not the 2nd. I know you get confused easily. We'll clear that up. So out come the Tallahassee Pride, up by 7, looking to extend their lead. Plenty of time left in this ballgame for both teams, but the Pride would love to put some more points on the board, as they show by putting E.T. Keegan in the shotgun alone and going 4 wide. Looking to throw on 1st and 10. Deep down the left side, batted away and nearly picked off. And a great defensive play by Deltha Coakley, the veteran. Second and 10 from the 31. The Pride will go 4 wide again. Throwing, middle of the field, caught! J.J. Howland! 6 catches, 113 yards on the day, and he brings that one down to the 42. E.T. King threads the needle here. Look at that. Boom. I thought it was picked off. Nick Nitro was going for the ball, and that's why it dropped in there to Howland. King will move the chains. 1st and 10 from the 42. Shift on the Atlanta Swarm front. The corners are playing way off, and King will try and take advantage of it. He'll dump it out to King off the left side. Kim off the left side. Kim will step out of bounds after a 9-yard gain. So a good pickup there on the swing of 9. That'll bring up 2nd and 1. Don't look now, folks, but Cameron Irvine is making the worst jokes of all time. I'm amazed he doesn't have a child at this point because those dad jokes are terrible. King, under center, will look to throw. He'll dump it left side. Caught. J.J. Howland again, the man, the myth, and the legend in Tallahassee will move the chains on 3rd and 1. It'll be 1st and 10 to the 28. No, there's no beef. I like ham better. King under center. He'll drop to throw. Throwing to a man who was thrown to the turf. And they'll say there was no penalty. All right. I don't know how throwing a man to the turf isn't a penalty. But I'm not the refs, so I guess I don't get to call. Right? Doug Bose has Howland in fantasy. That's great. 4-3 look for the Swarm. And King will throw into 2 men, and it'll fall incomplete. 2 guys in the area. Neither of them could bring it in. So E.T. King and the Pride are having some issues here. It'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd and 10 to the 28. King in the shotgun. 4 receivers split out. He will move up in the pocket and dump it off. Caught, but not before being brought down, is Wes Turner. Wes Turner won't be able to move the chains. And the Pride are going to have to punt. Let's go ahead and look at tonight's key breakdown. 3rd in scoring offense for Atlanta, 7th in scoring defense, but the Pride 1 and 2 in both regards. So that is what to watch out for in the rest of the evening. We are in the 3rd quarter, but both teams are still in this one. 10-17. The Pride will look to add 3 more points to that. The kick is away from the 23 and through from 39 yards. And the Pride will make it a 10-point game. Phillip Black getting his money's worth tonight. 39-yard field goal will make it 20-10. The Pride on top. Return will come out to the 25, and that is where the Swarm will set up shop. I'm trying to discern the difference between Storm and Swarm, and then every time I go to say set up shop, I say shut up shop. So please excuse me. I'm trying real hard to keep the timer as close as I can, as well as say the correct words. Skeletor P Funk is going to be under center. He's got Hollywood in the backfield. They stalled out on their last drive. Let's see if they can get something going. Hollywood, right side spin move. Hollywood into the open field. Bull Malone trying to chase him down. He can't get him. And it'll take Pete Secord to come over and bring him down late. But BDG Hollywood, there he is, the man. that I just called out for not getting the ball on the last drive. He'll go off the left side, and watch this spin move. Just leaves 23 in the dust. Vercotti Luigi had no opportunity there, and Secord will have to bring him down. So Atlanta moving down to the 40. They are only down by 10, which means a 7-point touchdown here with the extra point could make this a very interesting fourth quarter as we tick closer and closer to it. Handoff Hollywood up the gut. Hollywood will be smacked down. A high tackle from Pete Secord. He might have been a little bit upset that he had to chase him down on the last play. There's a look at Secord. Handoff, Hollywood again. Hollywood will bounce it to the outside. Hollywood will be brought down. Bones Malone will keep him short. It'll be 3rd and 1. Funk under center, 4-3 look for the Pride. Hollywood has a fullback in front of him. They'll hand it to him off the right side. A little misdirection. He'll be bottled up in the backfield, and down he'll go. Short of the line to gain. It'll be big old Floyd Lee coming up to make yet another play for the Pride, and they're going to have to settle for a field goal attempt. Jason Arena will come on to kick it. And Atlanta will try and put points on the board. It's going to be a 47-yarder. And it's good from 47. The Swarm put more points on the board. Jason Arena, a huge kick, and the Pride had nothing but to do but watch it. 13-20, a close game. 7 points is the difference. Look out, Cam's laying the smackdown in the chat. Boot is away. Returning it from the 10 is Barnes. Barnes will take it. He'll redirect to the right side and go down at the 33. First and 10. King under center. 3 receivers split out. 2 backs in the backfield. He will throw and bobbles around, and Cochran will come up with it. Jared Cochran with the good eye containment to keep his eye on the ball, just like his dad used to tell him, and he'll haul that in for a first down to the 43. King will drop back in the shotgun. First down left side, a catch to midfield, a 7-yard completion to J.J. Howland, who's already surpassed the 125-yard mark on 8 catches. Second and 3 from midfield. Clock continues to roll. Handoff. J. Calvin Kim, left side. Hill will be dragged by, I believe, Robert Bose there. Taco himself will bring him down short of the sticks. 3rd and 1 to the 48. 3rd and 1. Atlanta trying to make a stop here. Only down by 7. Tallahassee trying to put more points on the board. They are out of field goal range. Handoff and dragged down in the backfield. A Qantas Shine, a huge tackle for loss along with Robert Bose. And a stop for Atlanta will have to bring out Howard McCoy to punt it away for the Pride. Let's let Taco get his shine there. The punt is away. It'll bounce at the 1, and roll into the end zone for a touchback. So the Swarm will set up on the 20. Mark Chisolm said he wanted to get the passing offense going. He wanted to throw the ball all over him. So we'll see what Skeletor P Funk can do now. 4-3 look. Tallahassee showing blitz. Hollywood left side. Hollywood will spin move and be brought down at the line of scrimmage. He is 4 yards short of 100 on the night. Mark Chisolm, when I spoke to him, guaranteed me 100 yards for BDG Hollywood, and he is 4 yards short of that guarantee with a whole quarter to play. Funk in the shotgun, under center, 2 in the backfield. He will throw, sidearms it, caught, Vinson, down short of the line to gain, an 8-yard pickup will bring up 3rd and 2. I get it, Doug. We'll get there. Trust me. I got to learn how to make the clock work just as quick as the one on the screen does before I can add the down and distance. Handoff, Hollywood up the gut. Hollywood's got some room, and it'll take Pete Secord to come up and bring him down at the 37 for Atlanta, 1st and 10. If Doug would use his ears, he could hear I'm trying to give him the down and distance. Hollywood with a good block there on, I believe it was Bones Malone. No, sorry, Dylan Rowland. He had nothing but room there in the middle of the field.
37 yards.
Funk will dump it left side. And we had some clock issues. I accidentally hit a button. Give me 1 second on that. That'll end the third quarter. And a fumble, and the Pride will recover. BDG Hollywood puts the ball on the turf, and it's number 96 who comes up with it. Ryan Moxon there tried to fall on it. It was Bones Malone who forced it, and the Pride come over. So Pride have the ball back. King going deep on the first play, and he's got him. He's got a man. Jared Cochran moves the chains. 7 catches on 7 throws. And the Pride are down to the 16 of the Swarm. Thomas Paternity dials up the deep ball, and the Swarm can handle it. Delta Coakley, the veteran, will come over and make the tackle, but not before a big first down throw coming from E.T. King. Phone home about this kid, because he's got it. Calvin Kim, left side, won't get there. 2nd and 5. There, clock should now be fixed. My fault. 4th quarter, all right, we're getting there. Snap, King, end zone, touchdown, J.J. Howland, and the Pride strike again. Can't get my touchdown graphics to work, but that's all right. J.J. Howland works the slant route and puts 6 more on the board for the Pride. Let's see if they can add a 7th to make it a 21-7 or 27-13 game. Hold is down. The kick is up and through. And it is a 27-13 ball game. Pride booted away. The Swarm to the right side has some room. And Atlanta, good field position to start this one off. Nate Arrington down. Get our clocks synced up here and we'll be good to go. After the game, make sure you send your power rankings to Doug Bose at Doug Bose dash owner dash media immediately following tonight's game. Power rankings will, I assume, be revealed on Friday for the 50th edition of Inside the SFL. Hollywood left side will pick up 7. BDG Hollywood breaks 100 yards on the night, and now Atlanta just needs more points on the board, and they'll be in business. 2nd and 3.
Showtime.
Funk will line up under center. 2 receivers split out. Hollywood in the backfield. Handoff. Hollywood right side will be smacked down in the backfield. A good defensive stand by the Pride. I was always told the offense scores the points, the defense puts it away. We'll see if the Pride defense can put this one away. 3rd and 5. Snap. Funk deep downfield, picked off. Pete Secord will turn the ball over, and the Tallahassee Pride take over there at the 43. It'll be 1st and 10. He just undercuts this route, and I don't know if Funk ever sees him. He was looking for Boo Chisholm, the man who needs to get more involved tonight. And at the 43, the Pride take over. A lot of people are saying this game's over. It's a 14-point game. That's 2 touchdowns, folks. And when you got Boo Chisholm on the outside, the gold receiver, and Nick T. Quick, the silver, on the other side, nothing's over. Fake to Kim. Moving up in the pocket. King fires a laser, incomplete. I remind you that the Pride only have 1 cornerback. They have 3 defensive backs out of 4 slots. One of them is generic. This is not over, folks. This is not over. King nearing 300 yards. We'll see if he can put the ribbon on that one. Calvin Kim has a fullback in front of him in the backfield. King will throw. He'll dump it out to Kim on the right side. Kim will gain 2, and there's 300 yards even for E.T. King. give that man some M&Ms or whatever they gave that animatronic toy in the movie, because E.T. has phoned home and given the Pride 300 yards tonight. 3rd and 8 from the 45. This could be the stop that the Swarm are looking for. King will throw. Left side. Caught. And walking out of bounds is Jared Cochran. That'll stop the clock at 8:05 at midfield, and the Swarm are going to get the ball back. So just when Steve Mullinex says the ball game is over, the man who took all of last night's game to put the Roughnecks ahead, Cochran runs out of bounds, and the Swarm get the ball back. So all of you in the chat, shows how much you guys know about this game. That's right, I just came at the entire chat. You guys can come back at me on the postgame show. The 21 is where the Swarm will set up shop, 1st and 10. And Funk, who just threw the interception on the last drive, is going to have to come back out and attempt to lead the 1-0 Swarm to victory. 14 points down. They need 2 touchdowns, 7:45, plenty of time, all 3 timeouts. Handoff, Hollywood, nothing doing. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Tallahassee's defensive line is no joke. Handoff again, and Hollywood will gain a yard. So this one's severely hurting Hollywood's average. Bones Malone will come up and smack him. Let's look at week 4 for both teams. The Pride will head to Mexico City. The Swarm will welcome the St. Louis Gladiators to town. That all happening next week on the SFL. We already showed you the SFL chart for next week. 3rd and 11. Funk will throw. Left side, deep down the field. Incomplete, looking for Boo Chisholm. And from the 20, the Swarm will have to punt. The Pride defense shows its worth there. No, Mighty, the Storm are not playing. I just am easily confused when one letter separates 2 teams. Cedric Rogers out to punt again. The boot is away. Tallahassee does not come after this one. The return by Barnes. 1 spin move, 2 spin moves. Jukes out of another. 3rd spin move. Fights his way to midfield, and that is where the Pride will set up shop. A.J. Barnes electrifying on the return. The pronunciation is 1 letter. All of you in the chat can forget it. I told you, post-game show you can come at me, not in the chat. First and 10 from midfield. King under center. He will pitch it to Calvin Kim off the right side. Calvin Kim will be brought down at the line of scrimmage. Owen Harris lays the wood to him. St-orm, sw-orm. 1 word. 1 letter, excuse me. King in the shotgun here. Will drop to throw. Deep middle. Incomplete. Almost picked off. That was Jared Cochran's first throw his way that did not end up in his hands. Rodney Woods, excuse me. Rodney Woods almost had the pick, and that would have been something for Atlanta. To be honest with you, Delta Coakley had a shot at it as well when I'm looking at the replay.
3rd and 10 from Roy Racers, 50-yarder.
King in the shotgun again. Calvin Kim is to his right. 6:05 left here in the 4th quarter. 4 receivers. King will throw. Deep right side. Incomplete off the hands of J.J. Howland. And with 6 minutes left, the Storm are going to get the ball back. Dwayne Schindler says it's 1 syllable. Thank you, Dwayne. I knew I wasn't crazy. Howard McCoy out to try and pin the Swarm deep. Their last kick went into the end zone, and the Swarm started at the 20. Kick is away. It is going to be fielded at the 21, and the return will bring it out to the 26. And that is where the Swarm will set up shop. Man, get some water in me. Out comes the offense. Skeletor P. Funk. Not known for losing games. He went 12-1 last year in Louisville, only losing the final championship game. He'll look to throw here. Dumps it middle. Boo Chisolm, 9-yard gain. That'll be 2nd and 1 to the 35. Clock continues to roll. And Atlanta seems to be taking their time. They do have all 3 timeouts, but I would be hurrying to the line here if I were the Swarm. Heavy set. 2 in the backfield. Funk will hand it off. Hollywood, right side. Spin move. Hollywood picks up the first down to the 41. 5-10 and ticking. And the Pride were showing blitz off that side, so good job blocking by Atlanta to give Hollywood a lane to the first down marker. We tick under 5 minutes. Two receivers, top of your screen. Funk will change the play at the line as Tallahassee shows blitz. They'll pull Secord up into the box. Funk will throw. Deep drop, deep throw. High, arcing, wide open. Touchdown! The Atlanta Swarm put points on the board. And just like that, folks, this one's not over. The Swarm put 6 more as the Pride fault in coverage. It was 23. Vercotti Luigi, who was in coverage. And Nick T. Quick, the benefactor of that deep ball. This one ain't over, as Stephen Mullinex would say, despite him saying 10 minutes earlier that this one was over. And let's see if the Pride can make it, or the Swarm can make it a 7-point game between them and the Pride. Hold down, kick is up and through, and we have a 7-point ball game. And I have a feeling this one ain't over. I told you, man. 3 defensive backs for Tallahassee. Tallahassee lined up for the attempted onside. I don't know if Atlanta will try it. They will. It'll go right into the hands of Tallahassee, and they'll set up shop at the 39. Too early, too early, too early, too early, too early. I'm not going to say it many more times than that. It was too early for the onside. Way too early. Because now all J. Calvin Kim needs to do is get 10 yards, and they have a field goal, and this one's a 10-point game again. They will hand it to him, and he'll be stopped in the backfield. A good defensive play. 99, Elijah Crawford will come up to make the tackle, and the Swarm are still sitting pretty. 2nd and 12, 4:20 left. So they could get the ball back here, but they're going to need some defensive plays. E.T. King firing up his arm. 2 backs in the backfield. Menander on the bottom of your screen on the line. 2 receivers split out. 4-3 look with a 4th man in the box. Swarm showing blitz. King, snap, handoff. Calvin Kim bottled up. He'll gain a yard. 3rd and 11 to the 40. And from here, it would be a 56-yarder, so the Swarm and Ludacris are still doing good. That was the big man on the tackle. And this one could get very, very interesting. Very interesting. King looks like might line up in the shotgun. Yes, he will. 4 receivers, so King going to look to the air here on 3rd and 11 from the 40. 3 receivers, top of your screen, 1 to the bottom. King will throw. Under a little bit of pressure, moves up in the pocket. Left side, wide open. Jared Cochran, touchdown! Can you believe that? Just as it looked like the Swarm were going to get the ball back, the Pride put more points on the board. Holy crap! Jared Cochran finds the hole in coverage. He was working on Delta Coakley, who might have some sore knees from all the years he's had in the league, some sore elbows, who knows what. And now it's a 33-20 ball game, and I'm still trying to catch my breath. That was an amazing play. Mighty RX is right. The blitz on that play did not get home. And the Pride are going to try and put more points on the board here as they add the extra point. They will do just that, and it'll be a 34-20 ball game, and just like that, the Swarm are going to need another shot to boo Chisholm or Nick T. Quick. Again, Atlanta has the advantage in the passing game, so if you're an Atlanta fan, you should probably sit still. There's still time. The kick is away, and returning it, out to the 28 will be the Swarm. They'll set up shop there with 3:14 left in the game. More of a decent return, and Funk has got to like that. We have some Atlanta fans in the chat believing the comeback is real. Put on your rally caps, boys. 4 receivers for Funk. He'll drop to throw. Funk! Incomplete. Vercotti was the one who laid out. Nate Arrington left the field. Decent defensive stand from the Pride. They're going to need more of those. 2nd and 10. Funk under center. 3 receivers. He'll drop to throw again. Under a little bit of pressure, he'll scramble. Scrambling for 7. 3rd and 3. Clock continues to roll. Funk will call his men to the line quickly. He's not under center. There you go. He'll shift through a lineman. Same formation. He'll drop the pass again. Funk left side. First down. The Swarm move the ball. Hollywood on the out route. Moving to the line again. It'll be hurry up for the Atlanta Swarm. Still have all 3 timeouts. Funk will drop the pass again. Under a little bit of pressure. Throws deep. Caught! A big throw. Nick T. Quick will take it down to the 35. It'll be a first down again, and now we're going to make my lungs work. Funk will run down the field and do the hurry up again. Same formation, 3 receivers. Drop the pass under a little bit of pressure. Left side, incomplete. He was looking for Hollywood, and with 2:21 left in the game, the Pride celebrate an incompletion. 14 points down, you need the touchdown. And with that, I'm going to have to... I can't make this up. We have a fire alarm.
Two-minute warning. Second and 10 from Row Racers, 32 yards. Third and 6. Ball at 36 yards. Touchdown, Racers!
Let's go!
First and 10. Ball at 44 yards.
You're not going nowhere. Move big.
Number 12 with the carry. Gain of 2 yards on the play. Number 20 credited with the tackle. Second and 7. Ball at 46 yards.
Showtime!
Third and 9 from Row Racers, 45 yards.
I'm gonna keep bringing it. Don't run in here. Loose it.
Your Racers are back to punt. Number 10 is deep to
Let's
receive.
mark the punt. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Let's go.
No return on the play. Ball is spotted at the 25-yard line.
Hit hard!
First and 10 from the left. 25-11. Second and 5 from the Wasps. 29-11.
The replay booth will review the previous play, whether the pass was caught in bounds. After review, the play stands. The pass was complete. The catch was made prior to going out of bounds. First down.
First and 10. Ball at the 45-yard line.
All right. I'm back. I might seem a little out of breath, and if I do, I apologize. It's because I am. All right, let's see if we can get some post-game action going here, huh? All right, let me explain what happened. So, at the end of the game there, I got the stats up here in front of me. The fire alarm ended up going off, and we had some burnt popcorn in my building. So I had to go ahead and take care of that. There are the stats, final stats for the game. Had to take care of that popcorn. Or not me taking care of the popcorn. I had to go out and make sure everyone was where they were supposed to be. And then I went ahead and ran all the way back up. I ran up 9 flights of stairs. What are we hashtagging there? I don't understand any of that. What did I miss? Clearly, Tallahassee improves to 3-0. Atlanta falls to 1-1. And that is your final. Let me get the correct picture up here. And once I add that, we will start this post-game show. Go ahead and prepare your phones. 2:20 was where the clock stopped. Ah, okay. Thank you. All right. Postgame is live. 513-813-0735. We can talk about this game. We can talk about burnt popcorn. We can talk about the SFL Week 4 slate. Whatever you guys want to talk about, go ahead and call in now. 513-813-0735, and I will put that in the chat. We have our first call, 904. You are on the SFL postgame show. Who do I got?
What's happening? Coach Goodin.
Frank Goodin, you improved tonight to 3-0. It was a close game. It was a game that lasted long. How do you feel about the win, man?
Feel pretty good. Actually, it happened to proceed a lot like we planned. We, as I shared with you before the game, we really wanted to make it tough for Funk to pass on us. We figured that they would try to be aggressive passing, looking at our secondary. And so we wanted to scheme a way to try to make him pay if they got a little over anxious with it. And so I think that, the turnovers is what kind of was the difference in the game.
So you said you planned that entire thing. I mean, you planned that fire drill for me? Because that was crazy, Frank. If you could have not done that, that would have been nice for me.
Oh, man. Well, we wanted to make it hot in there.
You did just that. 61 in Tallahassee was the temperature tonight. I'm looking at the final stats now. Only 22 rushing yards for J. Calvin Kim, but you got it done through the air. Talk to me a little bit about E.T. King, 352 yards. Talk to me a little bit about what he's done for the team this season.
I got to tell you on that, E.T. King has been tremendous for the team. All through every game, he's really making great decisions. That's what it comes down to. And I think he did the same here. He was able to make some plays and get the ball where it needed to go for this game. Back with our game against the Skyhawks, it was the same thing. It was almost masterful how he adjusted his play calling in the second half. Because Carolina wasn't giving up the deep pass, and he ended up audibling often in the second half. of that game to get us down the field. So it just seems like he's doing what he needs to do to matriculate the ball down the field, as they say.
Sure, what he needs to do nonetheless. Also a good performance from your defense. But all hats off to Mark Chisolm. It was a good game by Atlanta.
Absolutely. We haven't actually studied it. So I really, that's always a game opponent, quality organization there. And really props again to, like you said, the Swarm as well, because we knew not to take them lightly. They put a nice game on tape for their game one. So I don't want to, as you say, don't want to overlook this team. I think that they showed us something on tape and we were able to plan for it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to traveling to Mexico and kind of renewing a rivalry there. We had kind of a rivalry before they moved, so we'll see how that goes as well. Mhm. Mhm. Can the Pride go undefeated? I'm going to answer yes to that question. We can. I think we have it in us. Will we? We'll have to see. But we can. All right, you too, Andy. Good job.
I guess I muted myself for some reason. Excuse me. Sorry about that. The Pride finish off the Swarm at home with a Jared Cochran 39-yard pass. I fixed it. Give me a second. So the 39-yard pass, quick, a 59-yarder, put them back in the game, and then it finished it off. 9:01, you are on the SFL Postgame Show. Can I ask who I have? Hello, 9:01, you're on the SFL Postgame Show.
Hey, Andy, this is Eric Vincent.
Eric, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Doing good. First loss of the season with this new team, but you guys kept the fight in you. What thoughts do you have on tonight's game?
Tonight, it was a great game, I feel. Defense kind of missed out on a couple opportunities there for turnovers. Nick Nitro, I know, had one of them that probably could have gone the other way. Offense was looking great overall. BDG does a great job running the ball. Skeletor, for a bronze quarterback, knows how to throw the ball. He's been, great seasons before. He's won a lot of games. So, it was just a couple missed opportunities here and there, but we'll get those tightened up, and we'll come out against St. Louis next week and look pretty good.
Sure, we'll look at you individually here. 3 receptions, 12 yards, but a touchdown. How would you rate your individual performance this evening?
It felt good to get in the end zone again. Overall, I'd say I'm not looking to get a whole lot of catches. I'm on the line in the trenches, trying to give Skeletor some time and BDG some holes. So if I catch a pass here and there, if I get a touchdown, that's great. But overall, it's what matters in the win column.
Fair enough. So you guys head to St. Louis next week. St. Louis 0-2, I believe. They were on a bye this week. Is this a team that you kind of look as an automatic win, or is it one that you're going to have to keep on the forefront of your mind?
Oh, nothing's automatic, as we can tell. And in tonight's game, where we had 2 fumbles for the first time in God only knows how long, every week is going to be a tough challenge. St. Louis has a good team. We're both expansion franchises, so we're looking forward to a good game.
That it should be. Eric, congrats. Well, not congrats. Unfortunately, excuse me. I'm still trying to gain my composure after that fire drill. Apologies for the loss. Hopefully you guys can regain your bearings next week at St. Louis. But congrats to the Pride. Mark Chisolm, also a great game plan. Turnover-wise, we had 4 turnovers in this game. Talk to me about that a little bit. What does that do as a player for you? Is that, something that makes the game a little more weird going into it, play-by-play, or is it something that you kind of don't think about on the field?
You don't necessarily think about it too much. It's just part of the game. These things will happen. Each team will generally get one themselves, 1 or 2. Here, obviously, we saw 4, so that was a little bit more than usual. But it's the ebbs and flows of the game, and you just kind of take it as it comes and, respond as needed.
Well, it was a great game played by both sides. Came down to the wire. I anticipated more scoring when I left for the fire drill. I half expected to come back and see Atlanta with the win, and I was going to be real angry if that happened. But unfortunately for the Swarm, Tallahassee puts them away. Good luck to you next week, Eric. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks, Andy. You have a good night.
Thanks, you too. The line is open now. We'll look for 1 or 2 more callers, and then we'll call it a night, as I clearly have had plenty of excitement for the evening. 513-813-0735. The line is open now. So the Pride moved to 3-0, Swarm 1-1. The Swarm dropped down in the East rankings. Sioux Falls will trump them with 2 wins. So the Swarm have a lot of ground to make up here in the coming weeks. We'll see if they'll be able to do it, or if they're a team we see start hot and fall off as the season goes on. Play to win, you should definitely call in. I don't care if you had anything to do with the game. Yes, the simulationfl.com webpage is updated, and I can't wait to see what Cam has put on there. The stats are updated for the game. I'm looking over them now. We'll talk about them a little bit here. 349 yards of offense for Atlanta, 374 for Tallahassee. Tallahassee gets the win. 22 rushing yards, 352 through the air for the Pride. 127 rushing yards for BDG Hollywood, 222 passing yards for Funk on the losing end of it. Funk went 21 for 31 with 2 interceptions and 2 touchdowns. And then E.T. King, 2 touchdowns. J. Calvin Kim had 2 touchdowns of his own. 33 for 44 was E.T. King. Let's talk about the defensive side. A.J. Barnes, 8 unassisted tackles, and now we got a call in, so we'll go straight to that. 205, you were on the SFL postgame show. Who do I got?
This is Roderick Moore.
Roderick, how you doing, man?
Good.
Good, man. How'd you enjoy tonight's game?
I feel like it was a real good game. I feel like the Atlanta team, we didn't play as well as we did last week.
Sure, and remind me real quick, because I'm not 100% sure, and I want to make sure the SFL knows who your player is, buddy.
Roderick Moore.
Roderick Moore, the 3rd wide receiver for Atlanta Swarm, number 10. Am I right?
Yes.
Perfect, man. So talk to me about your offense. How do you think you guys did tonight?
I feel like our offense wasn't as effective as last time we played. I feel like we really could have done better. Skeletor P Funk, he did well, but not as many touchdowns as last time.
Sure, and there's always time to improve for him. I think the rest of the season will give him plenty of an opportunity to improve. You guys are a very good team. I'll say that right now. 20 points on the Pride is a good number. 222 yards through the air for Funk. If you had to guess, man, what year are you? Is this your first year in the league or second?
Yeah, this is my first year.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Thank you for calling in. Let me ask you, how are you liking it so far?
I'm really loving it. It's very exciting. I love watching the games. I try to catch the games every week, and I just enjoy it a lot, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Thanks, man. We're really excited to have you. It's always great to hear new voices on the post-game show. A lot of players get their start here, man. You start on the post-game show, and owners start calling next season. You had a pretty good game tonight, as well as the Swarm had a full game. You're moving on to St. Louis next week. Talk to me about that matchup. What do you think you guys are going to do in terms of offense next week?
St. Louis, I really don't really have a good explanation of how we should play next week. But I just hope that Skeletor can stand in the pocket and get some great throws off. Really.
Sure. The big defensive line, for St. Louis could pose some problems. So hopefully your offensive line can give Funk some time to throw the ball and get the ball downfield. Let me ask you, Roderick, are you playing fantasy football with us this year?
I don't do the fantasy football thing.
Oh man,
I'm trying to do it, but I didn't do it this year.
Well, I tell you what, we're changing it week to week, so you're allowed to create a new team each week. You go ahead and message me on Slack, and I'll walk you through it. How's that sound? Because we're giving away, I think it was $20 last week to the SFL shop. And Roderick, I tell you what, man, I want you to have a chance to win that, so you can get some Atlanta Swarm gear.
Okay.
All right, so my username on Slack is Andy Hamilton-Media. So you go ahead and message me right now, and I'll walk you through that for next week. Thanks for calling in, man.
Okay.
I really appreciate it. Sorry about the loss. Hopefully you guys can get a win next week against St. Louis, huh?
Yeah. Hopefully.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, that was Roderick Moore, the third receiver, number 10 for the Atlanta Swarm, who just called in. I think Matt South was trying to call in, so let's see if we can get the line open for him. It's Shark versus Skyhawk week in week 4, so he's probably just going to talk smack to me the entire time. 513-813-0735 is the number to put the damage on. There he is. Matt South, you were on the SFL postgame show. How's it going, buddy? Matt South, you there?
Yeah, dude. What's up, man?
What's up, buddy? If you could mute the game in the background, I can't tell if it's going.
I did. I'm sorry.
Awesome. No, you're good. You're good. The game has a little bit of a delay from the stream, so it happens. What did you think of tonight's game, man? You watch this so often. You watch the SFL so much. What did you think about tonight's game?
Nerve-wracking, but I can't say that. I mean, I really feel like Tallahassee is the best team in the league this year. So, I mean, Atlanta Storm's going to be a tough team down the road, but I think Tallahassee is going to be a big team to watch out for in the playoffs. So I could see them pulling a Louisville, honestly, and just going undefeated this year.
It's not.
That's what you're playing this year.
It's not impossible. I tell you what. Through tonight's game and the game we had last night between Dallas and Mexico City, I don't think you could pick two better games to be commentated for the first week of us switching to this format. Would you agree?
I agree completely, man. These great games.
Well, I don't think we've talked to you since LA's victory over Alaska. So talk to me about that game. Walk me through it.
Well, I'll walk you through it. I mean, I'm playing like a mediocre quarterback, 208 passing yards. I think either 2 touchdowns. And 1 interception. But thankfully, Doug Bose, man, he's taking a load, leading the SFL in rushing, and man, he's a nasty running back. I'll tell you that.
Well, I tell you what,
I wouldn't get this way.
When you're playing Murdoch Mock, man, I think in terms of, Doug's ex-quarterback, you just got to do better than him. And he had 2 interceptions on the game. He went 23 for 35. So you're 24 for 33 and 1 interception and 2 touchdowns looks a lot better, man. So don't get down on yourself now. Don't get down on yourself. So you're looking ahead to Carolina. Obviously, that's my team. We'll keep it civil on here. We'll save all the trash talk for market trends. How about that? No, market trends. Forget Slack. We'll go face-to-face. But talk to me about that matchup specifically. What are you thinking about the Carolina defense and how you're going to attack them?
Oh, man. Keeping it simple. Carolina's defense has struggled the past couple of seasons, and I look to attack that as a quarterback. I mean, they're a good offensive team. Johnny English, 489 yards on the season, but they still have the 14th ranked pass defense in the SFL, allowing 347 pass yards a game. So.
Fair enough. Again, I won't rebut till market trends, so we'll keep it civil on here. A good week for you to pick up your second win. As Doug Bose pointed out on Inside the SFL, it's the first time the Sharks can say that they have a winning record, and you're the quarterback of them. How's that make you feel to give Doug Bose his first winning record as a coach?
I'm the face of the franchise for a reason, and I wouldn't expect anything less of myself. He brought me in. He expected a lot, and I've kind of delivered so far, but I won't be happy until I get that ring.
A lot of quarterbacks can say that, and hey, man, besides next week, I hope you do it. So, any last words for tonight? I think we might call it quits after this one. I might give them 5 or 10 more minutes to see if someone else will call in.
Shoot, no. I look forward to playing you next week, and it was a great ball game tonight. I was actually looking at the stats a minute ago. Hold on, let me just read some of these stats off. 16 first downs for Atlanta, and 15 first downs for Tallahassee. Tallahassee actually had 223 punt yards, and Atlanta had 180 punt yards. It's just, I don't know, these touchdowns and first downs look so close, and it looks like it's a really close game. I had to miss it tonight because I had to work, so I'll have to go back and watch it later. But just looking at the stats on here, it looks like a really close game.
Yeah, it was a very close game until that fire alarm. Man, I thought there might have been a comeback within Atlanta that could have popped out there at the end. The Lions' Den supplies a good game again for this week. Hopefully, Tallahassee can continue their run until they play us again. Atlanta, we wish the best to you heading to St. Louis. And then L.A., I mean, you guys got Carolina, so I can't wish you the best of luck this next week. But for the rest of the season, man, I wish you the best of luck after week 4, Matt.
Yeah, I wish you the best of luck after week 4 as well, Andy. But, I'm still going to trash talk you.
Hey, market trend, save it, man. We next couple days, you'll see. I'll prepare a script so I can just attack you, man.
One more question, man.
Oh, I got a question. We're reversing the post-game show. Fire away.
Is it rude and very not humble? Is it very how do I say this? Very cocky to pick myself on my own on our show to have a big game?
Well, I'll put it this way. I'd pick Carolina every week so far, and I don't have any plans of switching my choices. So, no, I will say no, it's not braggadocious to pick yourself on your own show.
Okay. Well, I might do that, but I might not. Depends.
The always cool, calm, and collected clipboard himself. Matt, thanks for calling in, buddy. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Andy, man. Have a great night.
You too, buddy. All right, we'll take one more call. It looks like D.R. Smith wanted to call in, so let's get him on the show, and then we'll call it a night. Man, what a good night it's been, despite that fire alarm. I've had fun, man. I really enjoy doing these Monday night games, and we're looking for more commentators, so if you guys are looking to get involved with the league and need something to do, message me on Slack, man. I will do my best to get you a tryout for our new commentating crew we're trying to put together to do some of these games that are going to YouTube. The more people we can get involved, the better. And we got DR Sim on the line, the last caller of the night. Damon, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself, Andy?
Hey, I'm alive. That's what counts, right?
Hashtag 220.
220. That's the new hashtag. I came back. I didn't know what the heck was going on.
Well, I was like, Andy. I was thinking Michael Jackson. Andy, are you okay?
I just heard a fire or a high-pitched noise, and I was like, what the heck's going on? I take my headphones off, and I turn around, and my fire alarm's flashing bright. I was like, oh, my gosh. Out of all the times in the world for the fire alarm to go off, 3 minutes left, 14-point difference in the game, and Atlanta's driving. Can you believe that?
Yeah. That'd be a good game, by the way. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was. And then I ran back up 3 flights of stairs. I was amazed the chat was still going. I half expected to come back to no one, and it would have been a bust. But I'm very thankful for all of you guys that stuck around. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Damon, what do you want to talk about, man? You guys got your first week this week, didn't you?
Yeah, we got our first win this week. Man, I think it was 40 palms and itchy head for me, man. I couldn't get calm.
Sure. Field goal from 38 yards with 107 left for any of you who didn't get to watch that game. Man, talk to me about what's going through your head with 107 left as you guys line up to kick that field goal.
I was just hoping that, it split straight down the middle, nothing too close to any of the uprights or even come up short or even a block. You just never know in this league here, man, when the opposing team will break through or even jump over the top of your center or your snapper and get that block on you. I've seen it happen multiple times.
Sure. And you guys in week 1, if I'm correct, right, you guys were you're the one with the comeback. Am I right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And during that game when we were down, I was like, can we please get a break?
Right.
I was like, can we be the ones on the opposite end of this thing here? So we're thankful, that defense stepped it up in the second half. We actually defense played great the entire game. We just had 11 false starts that hurted us, that took away 4 INTs and one which was a pick 6. So
right.
That was able to give Las Vegas extra possessions, as I should say, to make and convert first downs on third down or so. Because we were playing great, but the offense was a little shaky in the first half, but they picked it up the second.
And then talk to me about this. You've had 2 home games, right? And now you're going to head to Buffalo. You're heading to New York to take on Queen City. What does that weather change do you think do for you? Does that do anything for your team, or is it something you guys don't even think about heading in to take on Queen City, who's 1-1?
Nah, we don't think about it. I call it in a big favor from some guys I know up north that deals with a lot of snow. I had them bring some snow down into our practice facility, and we just practice on that deal that turns the air conditioning down real low, to down to 25 degrees inside of the air bubble, So
Damon Sim, this should be the breaking news on SimulationFL.com. Damon Sibian has said that he's shipping snow to Texas for practices. How much does that cost you, Damon? I would assume a hefty.
Yeah, it cost the organization a lot of money, and the co-owner, Greg Morris, is not too happy with that. But I told him, hey man, we have to do what we have to do to win. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, they look nice, but I've seen some weakness in their defense, and we're going to try to exploit and take advantage of those weaknesses that they have, and try to make some things happen.
I was muted for a second there, not to you, Damon, but to everyone else. I don't know why that keeps happening. I asked Damon, what he wants to do against the front four of Queen City. So that was what his answer was about. That was kind of like Jeopardy there. You were answering, and they had to guess what the question was.
Yeah.
So all right. So 1-1, you're doing fine, man. But you've now equaled what Atlanta has done. If we're gonna draw it back to this game, so I mean, talk to me a little bit about the SFL and the parity that you've seen through these first 3 weeks.
Man, these first 3 weeks has been outstanding. There really hasn't been multiple teams breaking away with victories like we saw last season. Teams that we thought would be maybe 3-0 come week 3, or either 1-1 or 1-2 now.
Right.
Tallahassee is full throttle. Those guys are working with something over there. In the first half, their offense wasn't really moving the ball as well. It seemed like the second half, man, those guys pick it up and they just smash the gas and don't look back. So I would say that's probably a scary team, to be facing right about now. So.
Sure, man.
Anyone who lines up against them.
Well, I tell you what, we don't have to play you this year, and I'm kind of happy about that. Hopefully, you and Houston will be able to have a good year and get back on your feet after that Mexico City comeback, man. And so far, you're doing just that against Las Vegas. My question to you is, to end this night off, do you plan on winning a game by more than 3 at any point this season?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. I mean, who wants to win a game by 3 points? Really, I mean, it's still a victory. We would love to have it, but you always want to. And me, personally, I want to embarrass my opponent. Simple as that.
Well, man.
This is not youth football where once you get to 39 or 40 points or so, and you can't score any more points. No, this is the SFL. You score as much as you can. Yes, sir. Uh-huh.
Well, I wish you the best of luck in the coming weeks. It's going to be a crazy week 4. That's all I can say. It's going to be absolutely crazy with all these teams trying to get, more wins on the board. And we're going to see within the next 3 to 4 weeks is going to be when the teams that have a chance at the championship emerge from the pack and kind of start running. So, Damon, I wish you the best, man. I hope that you and Houston can be one of those teams.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much, sir.
No problem. Have a good night.
You too. Take care.
So with that, we are going to go ahead and end this thing out. Let me get the right music going, and then I will outro us. So tonight, we watched Tallahassee take over the game in the fourth quarter and beat Atlanta by a final score 34-20. E.T. King leads the Pride over Skeletor P. Funk and the Atlanta Swarm. Atlanta falls to 1-1. Tallahassee improves to 3-0. We will catch you next week on Week 4 on Monday, February 6th. Good night.